Welcome to Main Street Minds with your host, Amish Munshi. This is where industry leaders and seasoned pros share their secrets to success beyond limits. Let's dive in.
Hello and welcome to August. Imagine it's August 2025. It's right here. So what is happening in the market right now? Like how is the local market doing? Today we have the expert for Inland Empire, Hiljan, over here with us, and he's going to share the secrets of how to win in today's market in Inland Empire and what's happening. So without any further delay, let's jump right into it. Hiljan, tell us all your secrets.
Well, first of all, foremost, thank you again, Amish, for having me on your channel. I really appreciate it. Uh, since a month ago, I will have to say that the market in Inland Empire has slowed down sharply thus
Okay.
far. So might be a good time to buy, Amish.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I would say so. Like it's been a very weird year, right? Like generally Q1 is generally okay, right? This time I saw like a lot more activity happening in Q1. Q2, I have no idea what just happened. Like not nor are there enough renters, nor are there enough buyers. I'm like, where is everyone? Generally, like if people are not buying, they have to rent, and I saw a little bit of slowdown on both. So I'm really expecting Q3 to like bounce back. Hopefully, we hear some update on the rates later this week, and that might kick off the market, and everyone that's like just holding off is going to start taking some action. I did go on a cruise this month, so I'm just going to blame it on that thing. Everyone in the whole state was just busy having fun. That's why they were not buying.
And to that point, Amish, hey, even when Amish is on vacation, he's closing deals. We actually closed our first loan officer deal together while he was on vacation. So good on you,
Yeah, yeah, thank you. I think it was a great purchase. I'm really happy. The buyers are happy, and I think it's a great investment.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, looking forward to it. So tell us like what's going on. Like you did mention it is slowing down. Is it like less volume? Or do you see price reductions? What are you seeing?
Yeah, I mean, everything that you just mentioned, Amish. So numbers wise, from a year ago, 2024, where we're at today, everything is home growth has dropped about 6.1%.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Or
That's
yes.
crazy.
Yeah, and we're talking about just the Inland Empire, which again compromises pretty much Riverside County and San Bernardino County.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really popular part of Southern California because this is where a lot of the new builds are happening and more
Yeah.
affordability.
And I would assume like if somebody's buying, more than likely they're going to be buying the new build over the existing inventory. If the new build is not moving, I cannot imagine what's happening in the rest of the areas.
Right. Exactly. And I mean, so many incentives these new builders are actually giving to first time home buyers. So
Yeah,
this might be the time to take advantage of it if
exactly.
you're
So
ready, right?
I know, and if you can afford it, if you're even if you think you have like some willingness to be buying, I would say reach out to Hilton because it may just be the right time to buy. The on an average, like real estate increases by 3 to 4%.
Mhm.
So the rates, if you think is let's say 6 to 6, but let's say 6 to 7%, uh, a good rate might be 5%, right? Like it's not going to be zero ever. It's going to be something. So the difference is that 1% extra that you might pay, but your real estate is going to increase by 3 or 4 times more in a
Right.
year. And that's a normal market. In today's market, it's going to be even more, even better. So anyone that's even thinking to buy, if it's a right time for you to buy, this is the time. If it in your life, with your life journey, whatever is happening, if you think it's a good time for you to be buying a house, then from a market perspective, I think it's a great time to be buying a house.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Mish. I couldn't
Yeah.
agree more.
So are you seeing the same uh, level of interest between investment, uh, in first like individual owner occupied retail? Like, what are you observing?
So a lot of investors in the Southern California market are actually reaching out to see if I had any fixer inventory,
Okay.
and it's increased quite a bit actually because I
Okay.
think you're an investor too, Abish, but I think a lot of investors are seeing the opportunity with increased days on market. So, with homes being on the market 60 plus days, they may have the chance to be able to meet their margins for getting
Hmm.
into homes. So, um,
Yeah. And I'm seeing like a little more acceptance to even like a little bit of creative financing in some places. Like sellers are willing to like do something to make the sale happen. And so I think if you're looking to buy, uh, it was actually very interesting. Just yesterday I was speaking about some other deal, and the seller was like, "No, we are not going to look at the offers." And I was like, doesn't make sense. Like that's what you were like verbally what they agreed on. They didn't want to accept it on paper. I'm like, tell me what do you want? Yeah, and then like afterwards they said, okay, like we're just gonna go back and like counter it at least. So
uh,
hoping to hear back on something.
yeah, it's a crazy market. I mean, there's situations I've never been in. So yeah, we're all navigating this together, right, Amish?
Yeah, so and if you're thinking about financing, saying, hey, it's a difficult time to qualify, that's where I step in,
Right.
and it's just amazing how unique loan opportunities are. Like somebody reached out to me with saying, I have an ITIN with no income and less than 2 years of the same industry that they are working in, and I was like, even they might actually be able to buy a house. So it depends on what if they're open to like certain types of houses. Like they might buy a fourplex with the three units paying the rent. They might get some seller concessions towards the down payment. Might use a small like 10-20,000 dollar gift funds from the family, but they will be able to like own a house and not pay any more rent.
Right.
So
Ouch.
there are unique things that are possible. Like obviously that's an extreme situation,
Hmm.
but there is stuff out there that will be possible.
Yeah. And I could piggyback that for kind of your retail first time home buyer situation. Uh, where we're at now in today's market, what we're finding is sellers are are willing to give the concessions out.
Yeah.
So although you get into a property where the purchase price might be exactly where it's at with the list, with what the seller is asking, the seller might be able to actually give you a temporary 2-1 buy down, for
Yeah,
example, which is going to save you tons of money. And
yeah. And
it's just crazy, right?
yeah, I just went to a networking party where I met with other loan officers from Citibank, and they
Right.
are giving away, I think, like $7,500 for the
Yeah.
first time home buyers. It's like a lender giving you a gift. You don't have to pay it back either, ever.
Right.
I have a program where I do similar amount, about 7,000 to 7,500 as a grant. You don't have to pay it back, and for the first time home buyer, like. So there is, if somebody is looking to buy this, it doesn't get easier than this.
Right. And then just to emphasize, guys, that's $7,500 of free money.
Yeah,
You don't have to pay that.
towards the down payment, reduce, and no PMI, no MPI. Rates are like 6 to 6.5
Right.
at like 3% down.
Jeez Louise. And that's another point for first-time home buyers, like that mortgage insurance, that's the thing that will kind of get first-time buyers scared of going with the FHA route because
Yeah,
they don't want to deal with that mortgage insurance. And in today's market, what Amisha's saying is you're getting free money, you're not having to pay the mortgage insurance. It's essentially,
yeah.
I've
I
never seen this before ever in the
Yeah.
market.
On the one side, the lenders have caused this issue with the higher rates, but then on the other side, this might just be the whole trickle down situation that we keep seeing, right? Like the judicial system versus the political system versus the Fed. Somebody's keeping the rates high, but somebody else is trying to do everything they can to ensure people are able to buy the house. Like the
Right.
same thing is happening with Section 8 housing, right? They're
Mhm.
taking away a lot of the money being provided with the way it was being provided. They're changing it to a coupon system, and but at the same time, there is a lot of financing available for the same group to actually go ahead and buy a first affordable first house.
Wow. Wow. I can't emphasize enough, guys. This is just a crazy time in our market for buyers. in a good way. Like this is
Yeah.
just times for
Yeah.
this is a
Don't
time.
This is not the time to like Google things and try things by yourself. Reach out to the professionals.
Right.
Hilton will be able to set up a deal that will work
Right.
and work with some local professionals who know the local market, who know what is happening, and they can make stuff. It might almost feel like magic.
Yes. No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So yeah, just let's go over a little. If you have some numbers, like you mentioned 6.1% drop in the number of units sold in was it in June to July or July itself?
6.1% down from a year ago for home price growth.
Oh, price is down
Yeah.
6%. Oh wow, I thought the volume is down 6%.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy with as far as home prices goes, we're pretty stable in California in general. So for that to drop, it's a it's a good indicated marker of where we're going with the real estate. So
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, I
Yeah, so
guess
I just think the demand is missing, right? At that stage, I would just say the demand is missing.
that's it.
Uh, yeah, and we are still not at a stage where there is a lot. I don't think there is a lot of sellers. There is average number of sellers. I don't think sellers have panicked and said, "Okay, I have to sell the house." Where are they going to go, right? Like if they
Right.
sell a house, they have to go somewhere.
Correct.
Uh, they're better off staying where they are. So I still think there is not still not enough inventory, but the problem is that anything that was coming to the market has not sold. That's why the inventory looks bigger.
Right. Exactly. And to that point, this is kind of an alarming number. And again, Inland Empire comprises of two huge counties, just as a tidbit.
Yeah.
But inventory has jumped to around 13,985 active listings,
Wow.
which
Yeah.
is the highest level of the past 5 years in the Inland Empire.
Yeah. So you
So,
basically people can actually be selective in the house they want. It's not only saying I can get a house, I can afford a house. You can actually be selective of what you want.
right, exactly.
So let's flip the coin. Like what happens to sellers? Like how should they approach today's market?
For sellers, if you don't have to sell your home, then I always recommend and advise my sellers to just sit back and relax and enjoy your home, right? The only
Mm-hmm.
time to really sell at this point is if you really have to,
Yeah, makes sense.
just to protect your equity and your situation. But look, and as far and you know as well as I do, Mish, like if you need to sell, you have to sell. Uh,
Yeah,
and I would still say California still is probably one of the best places if you have to sell where you can still protect your equity, where you'll still be able to get most of that back if you are in a situation you have to sell.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, makes sense. So yeah, I think this was an excellent insight. And so if somebody has to sell, I would say yeah, go ahead, pull the plug, and but listen to the local professionals who are doing the deals and are making those calls, who are talking to a lot of people, just like Elgin is doing, and uh, somebody that knows the market, right? Like who not some like a lot of people at listing will be like. I all that we are trying to do is like list it on MLS. That's the easiest part that many times we don't even do. Like we have somebody within our team that's doing most of that.
right.
Like those 1,000 questions that are being asked in there, like about when was the roof? What is under
Uh,
the roof? How how do we know what's under the roof?
Seller
Yeah,
disclosures.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but the goal is the job of the realtor is like being able to like get put the right price over there, following up with the leads, getting enough interest, and only somebody that's doing enough transactions knows what to do. So definitely reach out to Hilton, and it's not only for Inland Empire, right? Even if you're outside, if you want a good professional in entire California, reach out to Hilton. I know Hilton has been working very, very hard for his clients and like reaching out for certain important clients, he's reaching out like across the state. So
Right.
thanks.
Of course, absolutely. I'm always happy to serve. And Abish is the guy for all that creative financing. And again, he has a $7,500 grant for first-time home buyers, guys. That's free, buddy.
Yeah, it's
Take
just
advantage of
free.
it.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Sounds great. So yeah, I think that wraps up our this month's market update. It was very insightful. Thanks for coming and spending your busy morning on a weekend. I know there is people waiting for you. For the viewing, weekends are always like very very busy. But thank you for coming and help enlightening us with what's happening locally.
Of course, 100% my pleasure, Amish. Thank you again.
Thanks.
That's a wrap on today's episode of Main Street Minds. Want to share your journey with our audience? Head over to mainstreetmindspodcast.com/guest to apply.